Now, in this area, there are sinkholes, and normally these sinkholes pull the water away, drain the water away from the low-lying areas. But in this instance, because the aquifer has so much water, which is under so much pressure, it's pushing water up the sinkholes. So the sinkholes are having a reversed effect, and that is where the water actually, most of the water is being sourced from that is coming into the content area.
I'm Chaplain Williams. I'm from the National Land Agency. I'm the supervisor for topographic data management. Today we're here in Black River, and my team and I were mapping the entire town and its environs as well. We're doing it for recovery purposes as well as to find those government lands that can be used as a part of the recovery planning process.
For the average Jamaicans, what does that mean?
Well, for the average Jamaicans, what it means is that the government, through the arm of the National Land Agency, is trying to find those lands that are within the area that was affected, that can be used whether to house persons who are displaced or for new industries, for whatever purposes it is that the government wants, based on what the plans are going forward for Black River, then those lands can be used for those purposes.
If Jamaicans want to get more information on the plans, future plans, based on your evaluation, how can they go about getting that information?
Okay, well, based on what needs to be done, the Parish Council, which would be the Black River Parish Council, they will be the ones who would lead that process, but also the government, from the perspective of the local government ministry, would also play a part, and also the ODPEM, because they are in charge of the whole recovery process as well. Yeah.
Alright, so welcome again, viewers. It's Ontheviews. And in this video, we're going to really show you what's really going on with the groundwater in Content, Manchester. And also, not just in Content, but as you can see here, where it says Pick a Pepper Factory. It said that the water right now is spreading elsewhere in Manchester, because if you notice right here, you notice there isn't any houses right here. But I have this video with the managing director of Water Resources Authority, Mr. Peter Clark, providing us with some updates, because I know a lot of persons like myself still really confused of what's really going on. So, I'm going to share that video with you. But before I share that video, viewers, do you think that right now the government is land grabbing? Listening to this interview by this representative of the National Land Agency, I saw it on the Instagram, and these were some of the comments under this post. So one user wrote, and it begins. It started already. We really need to go on the street and protest instead of complaining online before we know it's 2030 and it's too late. Someone else said, do a research on Nicola Machiavelli and you will see what he's doing. And then let us take over the game. Checkmate, Chacha. So the government send you to map and steal people's property. Tell no viewers, man, the map say right now, the government use National Land Agency for map out the areas them that they are going to be using for whatsoever they want it to be used for. As him say, whatever purpose. But I'm not going to sit here and let it look like it's everyone agree that it's land grabbing. Because one user also commented, how is that land grab if the land never belonged to any individual in the first place? When you see a man ask the government to house these people, so where you want the government to house them, tell Andrew to bring them up a your yard, then and you buy some plot and house them. Spragga, stop make it seems like Rasta no have no sense. You are embarrass the culture. The way of life, you are joke out the thing. Or maybe it's just the weed. Nah, try style Spragga Benz because he was the one who posted the video. And another user also commented under the post, and this is the last comment I'm going to read on this. So this person said, disagreeing with the others. At least somebody have sense, cause the comment section just can't see something negative to jump on the bandwagon. Stupid. So this person I say, yo, everything them see bad about the government or about them trying to steal and persons just a jump up and I say, yo, that a one. But what's your thought, viewers? Leave your view on this. Tell me what you think. Do you feel like the government is land grabbing right now?
There's an aquifer. Water is flowing underneath the whole of those lands and those properties. But it is not the normal aquifer that a lot of you are accustomed to, which is a sand, earth kind of aquifer. It is more limestone. So because of the limestone, there are a number of conduits and caves and caverns that are underground. So the groundwater has been flowing into the area. What is happening also is that groundwater advances very slowly. It doesn't advance forward underground as fast as a river flows above ground. So because it advances slower, and we had a lot of rain through Melissa, a lot of rain before Melissa, it means that our aquifer, in simple terms, filled up. And since it can't go forward as much, it has been rising instead. Now, in this area, there are sinkholes, and normally these sinkholes pull the water away, drain the water away from the low-lying areas. But in this instance, because the aquifer has so much water, which is under so much pressure, it's pushing water up the sinkholes. So the sinkholes are having a reversed effect, and that is where the water actually, most of the water is being sourced from that is coming into the content area. This was recognized over a period of a little bit more than a month from prior to Melissa. We'd been monitoring, and underground, the water has risen roughly 300 feet from the normal level that the aquifer was at. It has risen roughly 300 feet. A little bit more now, because now it has also popped out and is coming up out of the ground in these areas. We have installed monitoring gauges in that area, and over time, we have been seeing for the last 2 weeks essentially a groundwater rise above surface of 1 foot per day, which is a very high rate of flow of rise for this area.
So as I said, viewers, I had to share this video because me myself, I was wondering what's really going on right here. And I heard that this is not really the first time either, but this time, as you can see, viewers, trust me, it's really getting out of hand because it's even spreading more and more and taking over some more lands. So, viewers, I don't know how the government are going to deal with this, but I swear, just have to go and watch and see. And I hope them sort it out still. And I hope persons don't go back to build any house right here. Okay? And done so I go on. And also have 2 more updates to share with y'all. Right now, I saw a post where it say 17 out of, I think it's about 40 councillors have signed for hurricane relief grants. And this is because the grant is being, I heard that it is about $250,000, and most of the councillors did not sign for it because they say that money cannot do anything. I even have this video with couple of the councillors demanding more hurricane relief funds. And I'm going to share this video with you. And also in Senton, there was fury over frogs in a tank. So it is said that the community of Epworth, it's contaminated with frog remains. That is a tank that serves the community with water. So Bell, Mr. Bell from the People's National Party, raised the issue at last month's meeting. So it look like right now, viewers, them are go at it. And me I go share these videos with you. So, but before me do that, if you reach this far and haven't subscribed as yet, please to do so. And if you haven't liked this one as yet, please to do so.
Along with the rest of councillors here, right, has not received 1 red cent. And when I go into my division, persons are not looking for me to send them to somebody else. They are looking for me to help them because they voted for me. Right? And I think it is very disrespectful at this particular time, where we're going through this time, and when you go to the housing and the conditions of people, and you cannot help them. I feel hurt. I'm so sad.
Now we're on the ground. When people come, people most of the time people don't ask for the member of parliament because you then see on a daily basis. It's us as councillors they relate to, and for them to say that they have $250,000 to give to each councillor. I just looked at the paper and saw where at the KMC in Kingston, only 17 of 40 councillors submit documents for the $250,000, and we know why now? It is frustrating, Mr. Miller. Councillor Miller. It is frustrating. It is frustrating because if you get $250,000, what you do with it? Most US. Because if we get that money, Your Worship. So for example, we're going to do some packages. I would say the packages cost, we're going to do a package for $8,000. It's 31 people that you have to use night and hide and give them the packages. You will have to use night and hide to give out those packages because you will not have enough. You will not have enough to give out. And I am talking from experience. I went ahead and thought of some things, Your Worship. And I have to send a friend with a car to some people that were most needy, who were in dire need.
I have to send a message and say, don't tell nobody, say you get it.
Yeah, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Even the person I sent, I'm not going to tell the person I'm sending, because it is frustrating. It is frustrating. 2 major disasters, and we have not received any money. And the people, the house start blow off. I have about 10 complete house blow off. I have 40 with partial damage. Bed went up, everything lost. What are we supposed to tell you?
It's not going to happen today. Mark the word. This behavior will not be tolerated. Everybody here, 16 of us represented by representative people. Alright? All 16 of us are represented. You're not the only one here represented. Yeah, I'm here with no. Right? You have to be here today. Otherwise, it will not happen. Why do you stop? Mark my word. That I just sit on the level. Well, no, can't give me something that I was if that is the case, then the meeting is adjourned. No. Everyone on the community represent people. So you can't go bylaw. Yes. You block that point and put them one law. Because I know the bylaw. Okay. Yeah, but so use it. So use the bylaw for your convenience. You can't cause it. When you bust the back of the window, no bylaw on them. Who? Him. What do you mean nobody? Yes, sir. I am saying, at the last meeting, I was told that the superintendent was instructed to go there and deal with the issue of the tank. Everybody calm about the tank when you see it on the international news. And today, nothing has been done at that tank. We don't have to tell me about hurricane. And that you want to tell me about hurricane. It is not going to happen here today. Mark the word. Right? No man, but she has forced him to go. Make it back.
was trying to tell the people. Drink some water. Calm down. Yes.
I had discussions with the CEO. A small allocation was provided for remedial work. We were very honest when we got here and we were looking at the remedial works. We were required. By the time we got back to our room to get to a particular area, we would require a particular so, in the discussion we're not had, I didn't just discuss it. So, at that point, it didn't make sense to start something that could not.
So, what is it that I'm going to say to people now? Diane, speak to my heart. I am talking about each other. Speak to my heart. You hear me? Okay. I am not satisfied. You already spoke. I'm trying to go back.
So we reach end of yet another video. As I say, please to keep the channel going by clicking the subscribe link, clicking the like button. Remember, it's On The Views.
On The Views.